Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show this weekend. Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Fabulous. We've got a special guest coming up later in the program. Actually, two guests. Christopher-Medina, I believe is how, or maybe it's Medina. I'm reading my handwriting, sorry. And Cardero, Berryman. They're with a debate team. So one is a student, one is a teacher, and we're going to be chatting about college debate. And
Alrighty.
I believe I think the young man got like a really good scholarship for doing debate. But anyway, we're going to chat more about that.
He's a master debater. That's awesome.
Would you stop it? I can't let her say anything. A lot of other great stuff to get to as well. And we'll start right here with our quote. I usually have two quotes on the weekends. I deleted one. I didn't mean to. I thought I was done with it already. And then I went to go back for it, and I couldn't find it. So we got just one. So I feel as though you're getting ripped off. But this is a good one. From Catherine Cook. She says, if you're not making mistakes, then you're not making decisions. See?
That's true.
So the mistake I made, it's normal. Thank you, Catherine. This has been your quote. We've got a lot of great stuff on the weekend edition of the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
There are monthly subscriptions for razors and coffee and many other things, but this is the best monthly subscription ever. Ladies, listen up. Odiva has a monthly subscription for your monthly visitor. You know it's going to happen every month, and how many times have you been caught off guard? Odiva will send you a box discreetly each month with the products you want, with plans starting at less than $4 a month. Get a special offer right now at radiosavings.com, helping women prepare for their monthly visitor for less. Try it now at radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. Let's do the whole darn weekend. Saturday, February the 17th, is National Cabbage Day. Do you like cabbage?
I don't think so.
I kind of do like cabbage. I don't go out of my way to get it, but I do like it.
I like coleslaw, but
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
good.
like
Sauerkraut?
cooked cabbage because it stinks up the whole house so bad.
National Random Acts of Kindness Day Saturday as well. Then let's get to Sunday, February the 18th, National Battery Day. So it's a good day to change your batteries, or is it a good day to beat people around? I'm thinking it's the first one. It's also National Crab Stuffed Flounder Day. Well, that is very specific.
That's very specific.
And National... Oh, no.
What?
Sunday is National Drink Wine Day.
Ooh.
Cue Heidi.
I can do that.
I like wine. She does like wine. You know, I wish I could do that. I'm just not a wine guy. I've tried. I want to spend an evening with my wife enjoying a cup of wine, or what do you call it? A
glass.
A glass. See, I don't even know I don't know the words. Anyway, this has been all the special things happening this weekend. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Sadly, more than 350 million people suffer from depression. Scientifically, your actual brain chemistry levels are affected. Now, a breakthrough safe and natural non-prescription coffee product has been shown to help. It elevates levels of dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins in the brain, which make you happier just by drinking this special cup of coffee. Many report elevated mood, feeling more connected, having greater energy, clarity, and focus. Try it for yourself at firstcupisfree.com. Get a free sample at firstcupisfree.com.
John and Heidi.
Coming up, we have your brain on drugs. But first, a Pennsylvania inmate was rearrested after she got caught smuggling drugs into jail inside her hair weave. That's never a good thing. I think I actually found the rest of that story somewhere, but I don't know. That's just bizarre. Smuggling drugs into jail?
Yeah, well,
it's not a good idea.
A lot of people try that.
You're going to get caught.
Yeah, you're going to get caught.
Yeah, she's stuck in her
At
weave.
least she was, inventive
Can you
about it
imagine?
and clever.
Going to the salon saying,
It's
what do
a
you
new
need?
way.
I need you to weave this into this. Why? I'm planning on getting arrested. Apparently.
That would definitely take some forethought.
Apparently. Coming up, we do have your brain on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Each day at this time, we talk about people doing dumb things under the influence, but addiction is no laughing matter. If you or someone you know needs help, there's a toll-free number you can call.
1-800-438-0380.
That's the Addiction Hope and Helpline.
1-800-438-0380.
And this is Your Brain on Drugs. A 24-year-old Walmart worker in Washington, first of all, that's a lot of W's all in a row. Walmart worker in Washington tried to steal a safe and was fired. He got arrested after he called to see if he could come back and get his medicine out of the safe. And when I say medicine, I'm doing air quotes. Wink,
Right.
wink. When the cops opened it, they found a bunch of heroin and a bunch of other pills. So not only was he fired, he was also arrested on a variety of drug charges. So was this a safe that was like out on the floor for sale, or was this like a safe that was back in the office?
I'm assuming back in the office, but you don't know.
I'd have to see if I can find more info on this Walmart worker in Washington, because it doesn't say in the story here. But now we know. Now we don't know. This has been your brain on drugs for this weekend.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. On the big screen this weekend, Black Panther, PG-13. It's got Chadwick Boseman, Michael B. Jordan, and Lupita Nyong'o. I don't know if I'm saying any of that right. It says here, after the death of his father, the king of Wakanda returns home to the isolated, technologically advanced African nation to succeed to the throne and take his rightful place as king. Another movie on the big screen, Early Man, rated PG. It's an animation adventure comedy. And it says, set at the dawn of time when prehistoric creatures and woolly mammoths roam the earth, Early Man tells the story of Doug, D-U-G, along with his sidekick, Hognob, as they unite his tribe against the mighty enemy Lord Nuth in the Bronze Age city to save their home. And then one I'm actually excited to see, Samson, makes it to the big screen this weekend. It's actually there already, PG-13. And this is an action drama based on the story from the Bible, Samson, S-A-M-S-O-N. It's got Jackson Rathbone, Billy Zane, and Taylor James. After losing the love of his life to a cruel Philistine prince, young Hebrew with supernatural strength defends his people, sacrificing everything to avenge his love, his people, and his God. And again, that is in theaters this weekend. Samson, S-A-M-S-O-N .movie is the website for that. This has been your big screen, little screen. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
You can have a debt-free education. I know that sounds crazy, but let me save you time, energy, and most importantly, your hard-earned money. My name is Matthew Einstone, and I learned to go through my undergraduate and graduate degree without student loans. Not only am I a living example, but I have 10 years of proven results, not guesswork. So take my first course for free that walks you through my journey and what you can do starting today by going to learnwithoutloans.com. That's learnwithoutloans.com.
Now your scoop of the day, brought to you by Wink Frozen Desserts, online at radiosavings.com. Fabian Besch, B-O-E-S-C-H. He can do amazing things on skis. He's one of the Olympic skiers. He's competing for his second Olympics. He won a world championship in 2015, but a video that's online is nothing to do with the slopes, and it has a lot to do with him doing something very dangerous with an escalator. I showed Heidi the video ahead of time. Did you see what he was doing?
Yeah, well, he was hanging onto the side and riding up by hanging onto the rail.
I've got a link to this on our social media if you want to see it. But he was not riding the escalator. He was holding the railing and then let it drag him up to the second floor, which, you know, all fun and games till what would have happened, Fabian, if you would have slipped and fell and broke yourself before the Olympics? I mean, you're right there.
This would have been his own consequences.
I know,
so
but I'm
what
saying,
an idiot.
Think of the millions of dollars that have been invested to get this person to where they are.
I wonder if all of his sponsors and everything would have been able to come after him for those funds.
I think
he hurt himself by doing something stupid.
Very fortunate that he didn't get hurt. Now, we've not watched any of the Olympics. I mean, I saw it on a screen the other day. We were at a sports bar, and it was on one of the screens, so we saw a little bit of it, but we've not really been watching. But we did watch a movie this last week that had to do with the Olympics. It was called, and you guys have probably already seen it. If you haven't, it's certainly worth seeing. It's called Eddie the Eagle, and it's based on a true story.
It was a great movie.
And my wife did not want to watch it.
No, when you pulled it up, I was like, why are we watching this?
I was like, it's a true story. I've heard over and over that it would be good.
It was really good.
It was.
It was funny, and it was great.
It's about a guy kind of against all odds who made it to the Olympics.
Yeah.
And he wanted to go since he was a little itty-bitty boy.
It was a great movie.
And certainly not the, perfect picture of Olympian of what you would expect, because he's kind of a nerdy, but he doesn't take no for an answer.
It's a great movie.
I won't.
You should definitely watch it.
Eddie the Eagle is the name of the movie. Moving on with the rest here. I don't know how we got way off on that. A survey by Credit Karma found 40% of Americans would rather go broke than gain weight. Oh, Dang it. I've done both.
I'm both. I'm broke because I gained weight.
I gained weight because I'm broke. Wait a minute. I'm looking longingly into your eyes. Now we fall in love. I guess we already have.
Got your chocolate in my peanut butter.
That's exactly what I was thinking of. So Credit Karma, thank you for letting me know that I'm both. I'm broke and overweight. I should really be depressed. Utah Middle School is under fire for their school dance policy that, take a listen to this,
I heard
makes
this.
all kids say yes if someone asks you to the dance.
Yeah.
As soon as that note came out, every little boy ran across the playground to every little girl. Hey, can you go to the dance with me? You can't say no. I don't think that's a good idea.
I don't think that's a good
Although,
idea
Although, it's bad that, people say no and hurt their feelings. What would be worse is to say you can't say no.
But in life, you're not always going to get yeses, and you need to learn that.
Be ready for that.
When you're a kid.
Absolutely. I got told no a lot, by the way. I still get told no a lot. I'm married now. I get told no more than I ever did back when. Moving along. Hey, Utah, no, we just did that one. Uber is passing a new rule that will ban drivers from working more than 12 hours straight. Isn't that just kind of a good idea? So how long were they working before?
Our son works for a company that should ban 12 hours straight.
Well, and if you happen to be listening in an Uber right now, tap on their shoulder and wake them up to let them know, hey, you've been driving for more than 12 hours? North Korea's cheer squad is reportedly being kept from defecting at the Olympics. Guess how? According to this story, how they're keeping them from
I have no
splitting.
idea how.
They're holding their families hostage.
Whoa!
Yeah, North Korea, according to this story, and I don't know, I hope it's not true, but it's on the internet, so it has to be.
Oh, my gosh.
It says that the way that they're getting these Olympians to come back to North Korea is they say, you got to come back because your family's staying with us until you get home.
Oh, my gosh.
Boy, that's not good. Hey, if you apply makeup or drink coffee before heading to work, or if you're on your way to work, you may be doing this while you're driving. That's a bad idea. But you might have some experience and frustration of making a mess on your shirt before actually getting into the office. I've done that before. I remember doing one day where I made some breakfast, and I had put on a nice clean shirt, and I went to take a bite, and I dropped food on my shirt, and I messed it all up. So I went and changed. And I came back in, I took a sip of coffee and spilled out my shirt. It was on my third shirt.
This would be why I have so much laundry at the end of every week.
But there's a company called B-Bibs. They came up with a bib for adults. I mean, it's not a dumb idea. I'm not saying I need one, but I've already ordered it. So I've got a link to that story.
And you made fun of my idea of a tie that turns into a napkin.
Yeah, she wants to call it. What was it called?
The tidy guy tie.
The tidy tie. That's right.
Yeah.
Well,
it's brilliant.
Somebody did it. Now it's too late. Oh, shucks. I do have a link to the B-Bibs on our Facebook page. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
There are monthly subscriptions for razors and coffee and many other things, but this is the best monthly subscription ever. Ladies, listen up. Odiva has a monthly subscription for your monthly visitor. You know it's going to happen every month, and how many times have you been caught off guard? Odiva will send you a box discreetly each month with the products you want, with plans starting at less than $4 a month. Get a special offer right now at radiosavings.com, helping women prepare for their monthly visitor for less. Try it now at radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. College campuses have become ground zero for the national debate on free speech. The next generation of leaders, they've got a lot to say. In fact, a record number of students from historically black college campuses and universities recently came together for the first ever hbcu-debate-league-national championship tournament. Our next guests say that there are life-changing lessons to be learned by not only students, but by parents and educators alike. As a matter of fact, one of the people on the line with me right now is an educator from Wiley College, the home of the Great Debaters program, made famous in the movie, Christopher-Medina. He's the head speech and debate coach at Wiley. Also, Cardero Berryman. He's a tournament participant. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We're going to start out with Christopher. Tell us about the HBCU Debate League National Championships and why something like this is so important.
It's important for students to build skills that are going to help them for the rest of their lives. And with incredible partners like the Charles Koch Foundation, we were able to create this event that allows students to develop those skills, to foster those skills, and to utilize those skills in a practical application.
Now, Christopher, you say you attribute speech and debate to saving your life. That's a pretty big thing to say. Tell us a little more about that.
Well, to be honest, I'm not alone. I would say that 80 to 90% of students who participate in this activity can say the same. But for me personally, I was growing up and in high school, I was hanging out with a lot of bad people, doing a lot of bad things, and I was very lost. I didn't know that I was intelligent, and so I didn't know that I had a bright future. When I found this activity, I found a home. I found people who would encourage me and would listen to what it is that I have to say.
Very nice. Now, Cardero, you're there as well. You're one of the student debaters. How has it been being a part of this team, and how has that affected you?
This team has really affected me in a very positive way. I'm from Houston, Texas, and back at home, I really didn't know much about my history or my culture. I was faced with many adversities, such as being homeless, so I didn't really quite have an equal opportunity as some other students did to learn. And so when I got the opportunity, when I did teach in high school and got the opportunity to come to Wiley, it has really just opened my mind to other experiences, to learning more about my history, my culture, learning what it means to be with in a black setting, and learn how black history has shaped or affected my life as a whole.
Very nice. Now, what advice would you share with other students, Cardero, to maybe get them plugged into current events and why it's important to explore and learn like this?
Well, I say society likes to push people towards certain directions, and I was pushed towards sports like football and basketball. But then when I found the opportunity that I can speak, and that could be my talent as well, I would just say to be open to new experiences, because I was open to speech and debate as well. I didn't really see a passion. I didn't see a future with me doing it, but I mean, as we can attest now, I was wrong, and now I have a college. I'm on my way to get my bachelor's in Wiley College now. Very
nice. Now, Christopher, I'm reading here, it says students of color make up less than 10% of forensic competitors. How do we increase that number and the interest for all students?
I think activities like this is an incredible beginning. Providing students with opportunities to go out and to hone these skills and participate in an educational space, I think, is extremely important and beneficial to them.
Now, if somebody would like to get a little more information, where can they go online to find the info on the program?
To our website at wileyc.edu.
And Wiley College is kind of known for the great debate program, so congratulations on being a part of something great there. That's awesome.
Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it.
And again, the website one more time, if folks would like to get the details.
wileyc.edu.
All right, wileyc.edu, and we're going to throw a link to that on our social media to make it easy to find. Again, a big thank you to both Christopher and Cardero for joining us today. And if you'd like to get all the details on that, or if you'd like to maybe get involved in your own community, you can get some details on their website, wileyc.edu. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Many people think they cannot enjoy something delicious if you're watching your calories. But with Wink frozen desserts, you can. There's only 100 calories per pint. And listen to this, it's sugar-free, dairy-free, soy-free, gluten-free, nut-free, and egg-free. Good thing it's not taste-free, but it is fully vegan-friendly. Wink was designed by a family that struggles with celiac disease, so they had to change their diet. But many people are choosing to eat better, and Wink frozen desserts could be an amazing choice for you. Find Wink frozen desserts at radiosavings.com. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Opossums are basically immune to snake venom. So apparently they've been bitten so many times, they're like, yeah, whatever. Go ahead and bite me again. Who cares?
Okay.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
But you just don't even care. The McRib contains about 70 different ingredients.
That's not a good thing.
I thought it was just,
Shouldn't it just be rib and barbecue sauce.
And Mick. But no, there's apparently 70 different ingredients to make a McRib. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The mummy of Ramses II needed a passport to visit France in the 1970s.
I knew that. Isn't that cool? I love that.
So, who in the world? Like, excuse me, you can't allow him into the country. What? He does not have a passport. Yeah, he's dead. He's been dead for a long time. And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
When you receive a kidney transplant, doctors don't remove your old kidney. So, like, when they're putting in the new kidney, they just push that one aside.
Why?
I don't know, but that's true. Couple of fun facts, courtesy of LearnWithoutLoans.com.
John and Heidi.
Sadly, more than 350 million people suffer from depression. Scientifically, your actual brain chemistry levels are affected. Now, a breakthrough safe and natural non-prescription coffee product has been shown to help. It elevates levels of dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins in the brain, which make you happier just by drinking this special cup of coffee. Many report elevated mood, feeling more connected, having greater energy, clarity, and focus. Try it for yourself at firstcupisfree.com. Get a free sample at firstcupisfree.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the grandiloquent word of the day. It's osculate. Osculate. What do you think osculate means, Heidi?
Is it like oscillate, like goes back and forth?
No, not even close. But good, absolutely good effort on thinking that one up. Osculate is a verb. It is to kiss. That's what it is. Okay. Osculate. To touch with the lips as a sign of love, sexual desire, reverence, or greeting. To touch of a curve or a surface is also. So there you go. All of that. And, it's also a noun. To touch with the lips as in kissing is to osculate. So for those of you who are light of heart, you better back up because I'm going to osculate with my wife.
Oh, my
now.
Gosh. I don't think you are.
Yeah, I'm coming over there, baby.
Not talking like that.
Hey, how would you like to osculate? I'm going to use that tonight and see how that goes. Got a feeling I'll be reporting back that it didn't work well. Osculate. This has been the grandiloquent word of the day.
You can have a debt-free education. I know that sounds crazy, but let me save you time, energy, and most importantly, your hard-earned money. My name is Matthew Einstone, and I learned to go through my undergraduate and graduate degree without student loans. Not only am I a living example, but I have 10 years of proven results, not guesswork. So take my first course for free that walks you through my journey and what you can do starting today by going to learnwithoutloans.com. That's learnwithoutloans.com.
Now some weird news for you this weekend. Simon Gooding learned that actually telling the truth during a polygraph test could not only get you fired from your job, you could also get in trouble with the state. Gooding has been on the fast track at the Department of Juvenile Justice in Florida. He's been promoted twice in 2 years, applied for a higher-paying job at the Miami Gardens Police Department that required a polygraph test. During the test, he said that he has lied and falsified records many times. That's not good.
Whoa.
Sometimes to cover up abuse. That's not good.
Whoa.
And, I said he, but she. I'm sorry. And she has coerced kids into doing the same. Coerced kids to lie. That's also not good.
Oh, my gosh, that's your job.
Yeah, they opened an internal investigation into allegations that the long-troubled Miami lockup has sustained a culture of lies and cover-ups and fired Gooding.
Oh.
What was the name? Simon. S-Y-M-O-N. I've not heard of a female Simon.
Maybe
That's cool. Simone. Yeah, I bet it's... what do I know? I do have a link to the story.
There
if
should be
you're
an
interested.
E at the end of that.
I don't know. I might have deleted that. I get in a big hurry here, and I don't do the smartest stuff. But still not as dumb as what Simone did there. This has been some weird news brought to you by our friends at firstcupisfree.com. Now your moment of duh, brought to you by learnwithoutloans.com. Nikki Walsh, age 24, and her 26-year-old boyfriend Tanner Broadwell sold all of their possessions last year and bought a boat. But then they sank their boat because neither of them knew how to sail. Oh, that is so bad.
I saw they tried to get a GoFundMe going or some stupid
couple from
thing.
Colorado said they were sick of corporate life, wanted to travel the world. So last year they sold all their stuff, moved from Colorado to Florida. They bought a 28-foot sailboat and set sail for Key West. However, neither of them had ever sailed. And they hit something, and the cabin flooded, and they had to abandon ship. They were rescued, but the boat is a total loss. The two really don't know what to do. They've got no clothing, no money, no stuff, no place to live. They really have nothing. They say, I'm not going to give up now, Broadwell said. I'm going to get another boat down the road. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Great idea.
We can't just give up on our dreams, according to Walsh. Well, maybe that's just the wrong dream. Or here's an idea. Learn how to sail before you take off.
You would think that would have been the first thing they did.
And who sold them this boat and just said, you ever done this before? Never. Good luck. See you later.
Well, it's not the person who's selling the boat's responsibility to ask if they know how to use it.
Got a Twitter account by chance? I want to follow this. Just think it's going to be good. Anyway, I've got a link to that story. It's our Moment of Duh, brought to you by LearnWithoutLoans.com.
John and Heidi.
Many people think they cannot enjoy something delicious if you're watching your calories. But with Wink frozen desserts, you can. There's only 100 calories per pint. And listen to this. It's sugar-free, dairy-free, soy-free, gluten-free, nut-free, and egg-free. Good thing it's not taste-free, but it is fully vegan-friendly. Wink was designed by a family that struggles with celiac disease, so they had to change their diet. But many people are choosing to eat better, and Wink frozen desserts could be an amazing choice for you. Find Wink frozen desserts at radiosavings.com. Coming up, we've got some good news to get to, but first, another story that just makes me smile. I think this is like proof that God has got a good sense of humor. A couple of dudes in China are behind bars right now because they were robbing a vehicle. At the very same moment that they were breaking the window, a police officer went around the corner and saw them do it.
Oh, funny.
Like the timing couldn't have been more perfect. So they're breaking into this car, literally exactly the moment they're breaking in. An officer drives by, and they're not paying attention because they're looking in the car. The policeman pulls right up behind them and says,
that's awesome.
You guys can just go ahead and hop in here now.
Karma.
They tried to escape on a motorcycle. They were caught after a short chase. I just thought that was really funny. I mean, the timing on that was impeccable. So, I don't know. I just think that's, again, a story that God has a good sense of humor, and we can all just feel better knowing that we don't do dumb stuff like that. I hope. Please don't do that. We've got some good news coming your way.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
Now some good news. We always like to wrap up around here with something positive, and our good news comes your way courtesy of Odiva, the monthly subscription for ladies' monthly visitor. More information at radiosavings.com. I've got a link to a story here that my beautiful bride Heidi sent me. It says, Big Brother follows kidnapper down street after he takes sister. Now, parents have questions about the security there. So you remember this story you sent over to me?
I do. This is awesome. What a great kid.
A little 10-year-old boy was not quite sure what to do last week when he watched an elderly man take his sister by the hand and lead her out of the school. This happened on February the 7th at a public school in Brooklyn, New York. A little girl was at an after-school program late in the afternoon when an unidentified man walked into the school unchallenged and walked out with a 6-year-old. Luckily, her big brother was watching her, and he kept an eye on her. According to Yahoo, it says this 10-year-old followed the man and his sister down the street about 5 minutes and waited for the perfect moment to go get a hold of his sister. As soon as he saw the man release the 6-year-old's hand, he grabbed her and ran home to a relative who lives nearby, to the home of a relative. And it says here the little boy thought the man was attempting to kidnap his sister, and so did police at first. They described him as a man in his 50s. They were trying to figure out what in the world was going on. Do you know the rest of the story?
Yeah.
So the man that was involved was...
He was just confused, and he walked out with the wrong child.
Yeah.
But
he was an elderly man that thought that he was taking...
his grandchild.
Who he was supposed to be taking.
Right. And
grabbed
he
the wrong
just was
kid.
confused. But here's the thing.
How
First
did
of all,
that
the
happen?
school should have never, ever allowed somebody to walk in and just take a child. Second of all, the 7-year-old, I mean, at 7 years old, if somebody is taking you away,
Just
you
walking
should
with them.
know to scream as loud as you can. Help, I don't know this person.
Exactly.
And the 10-year-old should have yelled out, hey, who's this guy taking my sister? And stopped it before he even got out the door
If you
instead
see
of
something,
taking matters
say
into
something.
his own hands.
Yeah, because that guy could have...
Because the little boy could have been...
If there was ill intent, he could have had 2
Exactly.
victims instead of 1. So there's just a lot of things that went wrong, but thank goodness.
A lot of blame has to be put on the parents in this particular situation because they haven't taught their kids what to do.
A lot of things went wrong, but thank goodness the thing that went right was the fact that it wasn't somebody doing something
Right,
wrong.
he
It was
wasn't
just
intending to harm anybody.
a gentleman
he
with...
was just confused.
Yeah, he was picking up his
And
granddaughter.
did you say
and
he was in his 50s? I thought
said
it said he was
90s.
older. Yeah, 90s.
The
You
kid-
said 50s.
but the
he
kid-
was in his 90s.
The kid was saying he was old, like, the kid was saying that he was in his 50s. And then when he found him, he was in his 90s.
Yeah,
So
well,
kids
to
don't
kids,
know. How old is he? He was
everybody
really
older
old, like
looks-
50 or something. What the? Anyway, this is our good news for today. I've got a link to it at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. Time to say goodbye, everybody. Or no, time to say...
Goodbye, everybody.
Try that again. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Bye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.